guess at this point, you know, I don't see him. I had asked, anybody see Johnny? Is Johnny out there? No? Yeah, okay. But, yeah, I just want to mention the fact that he's got his own show here on CTV. He's actually found a way to have his show aired in Manhattan and spread it out. So, you know, this actually worked out to my benefit, to his benefit, and a couple other guys from Staten Island, guys and girls from Staten Island, because by coincidence, we'll explain how this happened. Anyway, Johnny P, the Late Night with Johnny P show, the host. What's up, kid?
All right,
Good, kid. Oh, wait. Hook up.
What's happening?
You know how to do it. You've been here before.
Everybody doing all right?
Hook up.
Who's got the shots?
You're sitting here.
All right, here we go.
There we go. There it is.
That's it.
All right. Just get the spaghetti all hooked up here and
All right, good.
beautiful. So, I just telling them a little bit about, you know, I didn't want to get into it because I want to talk to you about, you know, talk to them about it, or talk to you about it, to them. That was a little
Something like
strange.
that.
Yeah. But anyway, what had happened was, Johnny had been asking, you know, for the longest time, you know, you do your show, I do mine, why don't you come on one time? And it's hard, the schedules were always crisscrossing. It was kind of difficult to do it. So one day, it was perfect, timing was perfect. I wound up doing the show. And his show airs in Manhattan. And as it was airing in Manhattan, a casting crew and people who were looking for specific, you know, people to do this new movie that's coming out, saw the show. They contacted John, asked about a couple of people. He mentioned a few names and so on and so forth. Fortunately for me, I had done something with Martin Scorsese's office before. When they Googled it, they saw something that red flagged, and it said that I speak Sicilian, the dialect. I got contacted to become the dialect consultant to Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci for the new movie, The Irishman.
Yeah, man.
And from there, I wound up doing that, and next thing I know, I actually wound up with a part in the movie. I did sign a waiver, which I have to protect. I can't mention anything about the intricacies of the movie or anything about the script, but I think we can dance around it.
Yeah, definitely.
And just get into this and tell them what you're doing in the movie.
It's a funny story because I got home one day and I got a phone call and it says, this is blah, blah, blah from the Ellen Lewis agency. And I didn't really know that much about Ellen Lewis because I only dabble with acting every now and then when I'm bored. And they said if I had a manager or an agent to call the office. So I thought it was one of my friends busting my chops because I get a lot of those calls. So I called them back the next day, and then we've been playing phone tag. Then I finally got them on the phone, and then Ellen Lewis, I said, hi. She goes, hi, it's Ellen Lewis. I go, how you doing? She goes, pleased to meet you. I just want to tell you I've been watching your show and following your show for the last year. I'm like, really? I go, where'd you find it? She goes, on MNN, because we air in the 5 boroughs and in California. And still, again, I didn't really know who Ellen Lewis was. She's huge. Yep. She works with all the best of the best. Yep. So she goes, would you be interested to come in and do a read? I got no manager. I'm self-managed, and I dabble in acting. I'm a character actor. If you want me to read like a Shakespeare or be like that, you got the wrong guy. They go, no, we want you to read Johnny P. I'll go in. So I went in. 3 days later, we sat, did like a 15-minute read with her. And then she goes, I need a favor. I wanted some of your guests' number. And then the first name was Vito's. She goes, Vito Picone. I go, yeah, Vito. I know Vito very well. He lives with my neighbor. I know Vito forever. And then he mentioned a guest and a friend of ours, Vinny McDuno.
Right.
And I was actually teasing. I go, Vinny McDuno. I go, he ain't a gangster. He's a nice guy. She is.
What are you saying? I was a gangster?
Yeah. What do you got? So no, but Vinny's a sweetheart. But then we love his personality. And then a couple of other unknowns. She wanted numbers, and then I called all these guys up before I gave them the number. They said sure. They got in touch with Vito. Vito a week later went in, and then I didn't hear nothing. And Vito heard something first, and then someone else heard something, not Vinny. But then I asked another guy who's a movie producer, and I said, I want to get in this movie. And they were offering background. It's like, should I even try to do that? He goes, don't even do that, because if you do go for the background, they give it to you, you're going to lose what you're going to get. So then I got a call 2 weeks ago from the Ellen Lewis office, and they said, we have something for you, but we're not going to give you no speaking lines right now. Anyone that we're considering, we want to put you in the main scenes and then as I said, you said we can't talk about where we were. So but what I could say was I was like 3 feet away from Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Kathy Narducci, and then Ray Romano was in the scene too. So, and I actually got my own trailer, which I never got a trailer before, which I was kind of impressed. When they said I was no name, but it said Wise Guy Number 3. So, so that's what I was. It was a great day. The cast was awesome. The wardrobe department was great, and they had some professional. I mean, and there was over 300 regular extras that were in the back. So it was a crazy day. And
Well, you could say it's a wedding scene. That's what that's why there's so many people in that particular scene.
And Ray Romano was nice. Ray Romano was probably the nicest one. In between takes, he would talk to everybody. I was signing all these papers, and all of a sudden I hear his voice, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "How you doing?" I goes, "What's your name?" I go, "Johnny Potenza." He goes, "Good to meet you." I go, "How you doing, Ray?" And that was it. I just went on my way. He went on his way.
I found it differently. I didn't find Ray, not that he was unfriendly, but I found him more reserved. I did a lot of things with, I've been doing with Robert De Niro and with Joe Pesci. And the scene that I'm actually doing, I'm actually talking to Ray Romano and De Niro. And Ray Romano kept stepping on my lines, kept taking my lines.
Oh, really?
So every time he did that, there was less and less for me to say. So, and you're in a situation that you really can't exert. Yeah, you can't exert, yourself and be a little pushy. But in the meantime, it was starting to get to me. I said, wait a minute, that's my line, but he was like, I don't know if he was confused or he was just a little, he was like, maybe with everything that was going on, I don't know if it was too much. I mean, the guy's done a million TV shows, but he's always been, the number one person on the set.
No,
now he's got De Niro, he's got Pacino, he's got Pesci, so maybe he was a little more laid back, but and he also the same thing that happened. Actually, it's deja vu, because I'm similar to doing what I did in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And Ray Romano did the same thing. He couldn't remember the name that I was supposed to be on the script, so he said, "I'm just going to call you Vito." So once again, like Goodfellas, I'm Vito.
Yeah, but that's cool, I think.
Yeah, but I'm typecast now.
Because you are Vito.
I'm Vito. I'm Vito all the time. So now you're Vito, Vito, Vito. I always say this 100 times. The credits are going to say Vito, played by Vito. It's like Lassie. It's like Lassie, played by Lassie. But it's funny. It's funny. Now,
I mean, De Niro, Pesci, Al Pacino, those are like out of my top Cagney favorite actors. I'm not starstruck. I mean, I know I handle myself professionally, and I really wanted to talk to him. But De Niro looked like he's totally focused. Pesci was kind of like in his own world. Ray Romano, I got to talk to Martin Scorsese was a gentleman. He actually talked to everybody, and it was a funny thing because I don't even know why I just got Tourette's sometimes. Just people who know me, I just say what I mean, say what I think. But he goes, "Okay, that's good. This is wrapped." So then I didn't know I was wrapped. So I go, "Wrapped?" He goes, "No, you're not wrapped. You stay there." Martin Scorsese says it. So then we got to do the scene from the back. But
the thing that I found interesting is the way you were in awe of them. They found out, or they knew, that Little Star and the Elegance and so on and so forth. Now, when they were growing up, these were songs that they grew up with, and these were big songs in their life, as they are in mine in the movies. So there was a role reversal there a couple of times, which shocked me, and I still didn't want to take advantage of that relationship. Now, Martin Scorsese walked into the set. The set's got about 100 people in there, and I'm doing my thing with Ray Romano, and as it starts, he stops in the middle, and he's a funny guy. He comes in like he's flying a plane, and he comes in the room. Okay, and he grabs Harvey Keitel's in the movie too, and blah, 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 and he's talking to Harvey Keitel. He talks fast, and then okay, and he starts walking out the door, and he gets halfway in the room, and he goes, Vito, come here. I said, oh, he's going to cut this scene now. Watch this. Be another scene that I'll be out of. Right? So I walk up, and he goes like this, Vito, what's the name of your second record? What's the name of your second record? I said, excuse me? The second record, what's the name of it? I said, please believe me. Love that song. Better than Little Star. I love what you do with your voice, the intricacies. Come in my trailer, talk to me after the scene. I said, okay. So I go in the trailer, and I said, well, Martin, I said, I'm surprised like that, knew the song. No, don't call me Marty, call me Marty. I said, okay, I said, call me Jeff. So I was kidding, So I go, I said, so it was like, and then it was like, just regular, De Niro, he'd call me Bob. Bob, okay. And call me V, And from that point on, it was just like regular people.
Yeah.
De Niro left the set one time, says, thanks for everybody. Took 15 hours, I'm sorry to keep you that long. And he closes the door behind him, walks the whole length of the scene, comes up to where I am, kisses me goodnight, and he walks away. Now, everybody from that point, forget it. What would you like on your coffee?
And
Where you want to sit? Or don't sit on this folding chair, sit over here. I said, my God almighty. But they made me comfortable as could be. It was really, really
I
a
felt
nice
comfortable
thing.
too. They were
Sure.
nice, and I'm a nobody. I mean,
Nice.
I'm known underground, but not internationally. I mean, they were beautiful. I'm just glad I had the opportunity to even do it, and I would even be blessed if I was able to say a couple lines in a couple of scenes. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
That's all. I play it by ear right
But
now.
if not, listen, I'm glad because you're a friend, and I always respected you, Vito. And you gave me. I used to come work on your show before I started my show, so I used to do your camera. And I learned stuff from you, and then I just took it to my show, and I just did it my way.
Well, you do a great job. I love your show.
I try.
Matter of fact, Gary Pastori
He's a
is
pisser.
on there. Vinny Big Pussy from The Sopranos. His cousin Gary, I just seen him now. He's got a reoccurring role in The Deuce.
On The Deuce, yeah.
The HBO series. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Matty the horse.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So listen.
The old man Matty.
Funny things have happened. I just want to get my show picked up to a network if that's possible,
well, look.
even if it's on MTV.
Hey, reality shows and cable shows. There's 1,000 of them now. So there's always a possibility of something. Anyway.
It's a long way to the top, like AC/DC said,
Thank you.
right?
That's for
Vito,
sure.
thank you so
All
much,
right,
pal.
good.
Long life.
All right, that's good.
All right, buddy.
Take care of yourself. Good luck. Johnny Potenza. All right, kid.